Time for the luster to linger just a little bit longer at the 2008 BMO Canadian Figure Skating Championships in beautiful BC. In this city of the West, expectations soar. Vancouver is the next Olympic frontier, a fact not lost on Canada's magicians of the ice. Today, the future of figure skating on display in a winter nation. Bountiful youth, new champions with endless horizons, a gala skate to prove with the games of 2010 on their way, all that glitters may be gold. A new wave of stars has come forward in Vancouver and in the hopeful home of figure skating at the next Olympic Winter Games. Now it's a chance to put on a show. Hi everybody and welcome to Pacific Coliseum and the exhibition gala at the 2008 BMO Canadian Figure Skating Championships. Scott Russell along with 1988 Olympic medalist Tracy Wilson. It's time to put on a show. The competition's over. What's that feel like for a skater, Tracy?
Oh, for a skater, there's nothing better to have the job done behind you. And everybody here, of course, finished at the top of their game. So they can relax now. Hard work's been done. They can experiment with different styles, play around with different music. Nothing on the line here. They just want to entertain the audience.
These have been kind of a landmark national championships. We've had a bit of a changing of the guard, a new men's champion in Patrick Chan, Annabelle Langlois, and Cody Hay, the new pairs champions. Are you impressed overall with the talent in Canada as we head to a World Championships?
Very impressed. It's been a wonderful competition to watch from top to bottom. Great stars at the top. You mentioned a few. Also Tessa Virtue, Scott Moyer, Joanne Rochette. And the men's competition, I don't think I've ever seen it stronger. Remember, Kevin Reynolds setting a record with a quad triple. The pendulum is swinging back up in Canadian skating. It's great to see.
Now it's a chance to put on a gala exhibition, and four-time world champion Kurt Browning is backstage. Kurt, bring us up to speed.
Thanks, Scott. I'm backstage here at the Parade of Champions. A different experience for each skater depending on what got them here. For example, Sean Sawyer back on the podium, the celebration for him. But for Jessica Dubé and Bryce Davidson, for Jeffrey Buttle, a bittersweet day. Patrick Chan, his first chance to hear the words Canadian champion. So for everybody, it's a different experience. And for the juniors, some of them didn't even bring exhibition numbers because, well, they didn't expect to be here. Now they're on the ice with people they've only seen on TV. Scott, it's fun back here.
Yes, Kurt, lots going on backstage. Here are the bronze medalists in the senior competition at the National Figure Skating Championships in the pairs. Megan Duhamel and Craig Bunton, a new partnership. On the women's side, Cynthia Phaneuf, the 2004 national champion. Dance competition, Alihan McCurdy and Michael Carino. They're going to the World Championships. And the men, Sean Sawyer of Edmundston, New Brunswick, returns to the podium. There's an encouraging story of perseverance for Craig Bunton, a three-time national pairs champion. He's going back to the World Championships, this time with a new partner, Megan Duhamel.
They've been together such a short time. They joined forces this summer already. Will be making a trip to the world team, made it to the podium here at Canadians. They haven't had time to make up an exhibition number. They'll be performing their short program from competition.
He's got a following here, Tracy. He's from Kelowna, BC. She's from Lively, Ontario, and really they've got a bit of a dynamic thing going.
Team is so exciting to watch because they push it to the edge. A ton of speed. They zoom around the ice.
The flourishing partnership of Megan Duhamel and Craig Bunton. Next stop, World Championships in Gothenburg, Sweden. You'll be able to see them on CBC beginning March 18th. Gala exhibition at the BMO Canadian Figure Skating Championships.
From Quebec, du Quebec, Cynthia Phaneuf.
Tracy, there are 1,000 stories at any National Figure Skating Championships. This is one perhaps of redemption. Former national women's champion Cynthia Phaneuf is back on the podium.
And fittingly, she will perform to I Will Survive. Cynthia was just a little girl when she won her first senior title back in 2004. We watched her go through a growth spurt. We watched her lose her jumps, leave the sport, come back, and step by step regain her composure, her jumping technique. She never lost her elegance, her musicality, and grace. And the sky's the limit for this skater. Remarkable story here at the Canadian Championships.
Just 20 years of age, Cynthia Phaneuf now, her road to the top.
Welcome back to Vancouver, British Columbia. This is figure skating country. These are the 2008 BMO Canadian Figure Skating Championships at Pacific Coliseum. Well, all throughout the championships, Kurt Browning, the four-time world champion, has been presenting BMO's Backstage Pass. He's underneath the stands finding out what's going on. And today, he's by the boards to discover what goes on not only backstage, but out on the ice for air traffic control.
Skater warm-up area. I found some ice dancers in here. Let's go ask them. Great. They're so intense, I don't want to interrupt. Hey guys. Wow. I feel like I'm intruding. Can we ask you a quick question? Sure. Your guys are going out on the ice for the 5-minute warm-up. We're trying to tell everyone at home how skaters move on the ice together without colliding into each other too often. But ice dancers, a bad reputation for not moving. Why don't you guys move for each other?
I would say of my way because I'm hotter than you.
Do you agree with that?
Well, look at her.
Can you explain to me why dancers don't crash into each other more often?
Because when two become one, nothing can get in the way.
Here's Tessa and Scott. Let's find out how they make room on the ice. Well, there's lots of moments in skating that we know where they're going to go ahead of time. An axel entrance, for example, comes around the corner and comes in at this angle. Usually triple style goes like this, the Lutz goes into the corner, and the dancers, when they start their step sequence, chances are they're going to move back and forth across the ice as this team is moving down towards us. You know the patterns ahead of time. You use your peripheral vision and you give each other room, and everything's fine. Even though you're on the ice with skaters you've never trained with before, you still know how they move together, unless you are an ice dancer and then for some strange reason, you don't want to move for anybody. Oh, that was close. Okay, watch out, what? Look out, look out, look out. Oh, ooh! Careful, careful. Okay. Well, you know what? The 5-minute warm-up is over. We can all relax.
Here are Ali-Han McCurdy and Michael Carino, the bronze medalists in the ice dance, and they're very popular here in British Columbia. They train in Burnaby with Victor Kratz, the 2003 World Ice Dance Champion.
And his wife, Mikey, choreographed this program. She was an ice dancer from Finland. It's called Penkakoski by a Finnish composer. In exhibitions like this, skaters can take risks artistically, and they can try different looks and experiment with different types of music. I think this classical style really suits these two, and they might want to take it into the competition arena in seasons to come.
And they will have an opportunity at their first Senior World Championships in Scandinavia. They booked their trip courtesy of a bronze medal performance here at the National Championships. Ali-Han McCurdy and Michael Carino. Here's a Canadian Olympian who's back on the podium at the National Championships from Edmundston, New Brunswick, Sean Sawyer.
A charismatic performer. Watch his flexibility and innovative choreography, skating to Tainted Love. Sean finished 12th at the Olympic Games in Torino. He will not be making a trip to Worlds, as only 2 Canadian men will be able to go, but his season is not over. He will go to the 4 Continents competition a little later this season and represent Canada. Sean Sawyer
will return to Pacific Coliseum in the gala from the 2008 BMO Canadian Figure Skating Championships in just the silver medalists at the 2008 Canadian Figure Skating Championships. Jessica Dubé and Bryce Davison, the reigning national champions, slipped to silver this time. On the women's side, it was Mira Leung, the 18-year-old from Vancouver. In dance competition, Caitlin Weaver and Andrew Bourget will be going to their 2nd World Championships. And 3-time Canadian champion Jeffrey Buttle, the Olympic bronze medalist in 2006, this time wins silver.
Please welcome Jessica Dubé and Bryce Davison.
Here they are, Jessica Dubé and Bryce Davison. They have had, Tracy, an incredibly busy competitive season. They're going back to the World Championships, but not as the Canadian title holders.
They were 5th in the short program, pulled all the way up to 2nd after a beautiful free skate. Jessica and Bryce are skating to a Barry White medley.
What do you want to do? I'm here, baby. I'm ready, baby. I'm waiting on you. Believe me. I am patiently waiting. Oh, yeah. I've had my share of lovers, some say I'm damn good. And if you think you can turn me out,
Canadian champions last year, silver medalists this year. And Scott, their classic lines, their unison, and the way in which they play off one another reminds me of other Canadian greats, Salé and Pelletier, who incidentally coached them as well.
Youth is on their side, Tracy. She's 20, he's 21. They're set to climb the world ladder. Kurt Browning is roaming around at Pacific Coliseum. Let's find out what he's got for us backstage.
Sean, you have so many moves I wish I could steal. Like the flexibility, the skid with your foot way up, the spinning with the foot over your head, the cantilever all the way back, 6 revolutions before you jump the triple loop. Like, you have a lot of amazing things that don't even include jumping. Just so great.
Yeah, actually on one of the moves, I actually hit my head on the ice. So sometimes it's a little bit risky. It wasn't the backflip, so that's a good thing. But towards the end, I went a little bit too far, hit my head. But it's okay. It's all part of the show. It's for fun.
Figure skating is dangerous. Way to go.
Mira Leung.
She's a favorite in Vancouver, Mira Leung, the silver medalist in the women's competition. She's on her way to the World Championships for the 3rd time.
You know, Mira is thinking way ahead to the Olympic Games. The skaters having a chance to compete and now perform in the Olympic venue. Said she likes to compete at home in front of a Canadian audience. There would be no better venue to perform for her than in this arena, 2010. Home country, home city.
Vancouver-born, Vancouver raised, got her eye on the prize, the Olympics in 2010. That's Mira Leung.
Jeffrey, the first thing I want you to know is that you're not that tall. I just don't have my skates on. And the second thing is that I'm proud of you. You know, up on the podium, I said, put around the medal around your neck, and I said, you're always going to be a champion. I know what it's like to lose my title. How are you feeling?
It stings, obviously. When the marks came up, it was, you know, it hurt a little bit. But you know what? compared to the rest of the season, this was really a big step for me. It was a huge improvement over the Grand Prix circuit, and you know, as long as I keep improving, I think I'm going to have a pretty good end of the season.
Yep. Put the color of the medal away, and you're on the right track. And personally, I think being pushed from your competitors tougher in your own country. I mean, Emmanuel's gone, no free ride. Patrick is going to keep you honest.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's very humbling to have, and you know, makes better competitors out of both of us to have that kind of competition. So I think we go into 4 continents in the World Championships better for it.
And teammates.
Absolutely.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, you earlier saw a dance team coached by Victor Kratz, Caitlin Weaver, and Andrew Poge, the national dance silver medalists, coached by Shaylin Bourne.
This is their original dance that they performed in competition. In this program, he portrays a town drunk. She, an older woman who comes into his tavern, and as they dance, she remembers what it was like to be beautiful. Skating to Those Were the Days. Well, this team was first put together and coached by Paul McIntosh in Kitchener, Ontario. Paul also started the team of Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer. And it's interesting, Scott, because all the 3 men that finished on the ice dance podium came from Kitchener, Ontario. Must be something in the water.
Southwestern Ontario for you. Caitlin Weaver, Andrew Poge, young skaters becoming a part of a marvelous Canadian ice dance tradition. 4-time world champion Kurt Browning's backstage at the Coliseum with the skaters, kind of his comfort zone. Kurt?
I'm here with Jessica and Bryce, silver medalists this week. The week of Canadians is over. Some weeks are longer than 7 days, or at least they feel that way. Big sigh of relief that this one's over. I know what it's like to get through this. A learning experience, a building experience.
Well, for sure it was a long week and a pretty tough one too. But we're really happy that we went through all that, and I think we're going to learn from that too. So.
Yeah, exactly like Jess. We're going to try and learn as much as we can from our experience here, and it was full of a lot of ups and just one down really, that which was our short program. But
it's true.
we gotta take from it and then grow from it.
I've heard from more than one source that the way you guys handled the press conference is being talked about. Truly like admirable, and the way you said about the growth of Canadian skating, you put the onus on other people. Really interesting, and I think the way you handled it was great.
Thank you very much. Just it's all the truth. I mean,
our skating in Canada is incredible. So you have to become Canadians and perform.
Yeah, and you know what? Canada's a tough country.
Exactly.
So we're proud of that. Good luck. Go to Worlds.
Thanks very much, Kurt. Let's continue now with the Parade of Champions. 2 words to describe this man: talent and grace. 3-time Canadian champion Jeffrey Buttle. He's also been an Olympic medalist, a World Championship medalist.
Skating to I Pagliacci, and this is a short program he created with his longtime choreographer David Wilson. He did it in competition this year. He loved it. Judges, not so much. So in competition at Canadians, he went back to last year's short program. The beauty of the exhibitions, you get to do what you love best. A well-deserved standing ovation for an Olympic bronze medalist. He was brilliant in the short program here at Canadians, left the door open slightly in the free skate, and Patrick Chan walked on through.
Yes, he's the Canadian silver medalist this time, but when it comes to the big competition, never count Jeffrey Buttle out. The Parade of Champions from Vancouver. We'll be right back on CBC Sports. Champions at the 2008 BMO Canadian Figure Skating Championships. The triumphant national champions here at Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. First time for Annabelle Langlois with her new partner Cody Hay. Joanie Rochette, now a 4-time national champion. In the ice dance, the youngsters Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir, the 2006 World Junior Champions, have their first national title, and 17-year-old Patrick Chan was absolutely outstanding in claiming the national men's crown. Before the performance of Annabelle Langlois and Cody Hay, the pair's champions, let's have another look at their victorious competitive skate. And so the last pair standing are on the ice. Annabelle Langlois and Cody Hay. Jessica Dubé and Bryce Davison have the lead. They are the current national champions. Had a tough go in the short program. Came back strong in the free skate. Annabelle Langlois has been in a position before to win the national championship with another partner, Patrice Arquetto. Now with Cody Hay, who is full of potential.
They wanted to improve their components? Check. They wanted a clean skate? Check. They wanted to do a triple twist? Check. They achieved the 3 goals they had in the short program. Now let's see. The trick here is to stay in the moment for the entire length of the program. Never lose your focus.
Starting with a throw, triple sow cow. Easy. Right into side-by-side triple toe, double toe. My goodness. Good start.
They went to the Worlds together in Tokyo last March. They were a very encouraging 10th, helped secure that 3rd spot for Canada at the upcoming Worlds.
Nice triple twist.
They'll be definitely looking forward to moving up this year in the world rankings.
Well, the next element coming up is the side-by-side triple sow cow, and that might make just a difference.
Annabelle doubled and Cody put his hand down.
This is the hardest lift a pair team could do, and Jamie, please explain why, because the girl doesn't look too comfortable up there.
Well, it's very difficult for the girl because she's going into this lift blindsided, and it's so important that she stays upright. If she tips over an inch, he can't hold her and she can't keep her position. This has always been very psychological. Making a mistake in the short program, she'd always come out in the long and say, I hope I don't do what I did in the short, but she's definitely improved on that, and she's got a different frame of mind. Her attitude has changed, and it's working. Setting up for a very difficult throw triplets.
Yes.
Oh.
They want it.
I get nervous watching these throws.
Every element is important. Footwork, step sequence, pair spin. There's 2 elements left. They have to stay in the moment. I know they're excited right now.
little trouble in the pivot for Cody there. So difficult to change arms. You lose your momentum. Well, only a couple mistakes in this program, but I don't think it should cost them a podium spot here.
Hopefully it'll be enough for them to win the title.
Annabelle Langlois and Cody Hay. She's been to the Olympics. They've been to the World Championships. She desperately wants that national title.
Du Québec, Annabelle Langlois et Cody Hay.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you.
Annabelle and Cody performing to Never Tear Us Apart. This was choreographed by Stephen Cousin, the British champion who lives in Barrie, Ontario.
Two worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart. We could live for 1,000 years, but if I hurt you, I make wine from your tears. I told you that we could fly, 'cause we all have wings, but some of us don't know why. I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never, ever tear us apart. I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never, ever tear us apart.
Annabelle and Cody, this is their third Canadian Championships. They had some growing pains at the start, but as you could see in this performance, skating with ease and confidence, back-to-back triple throws, so impressive.
Annabelle Langlois and Cody Hay, new national champions, part of tremendous depth in the Canadian pairs.
Skate one more time.
All right, from up in the booth, let's go down backstage. Here's Kurt Browning.
Caitlin Andrew, silver medalist at Canadians. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Canada wants to get to know you, but it's kind of hard if you play different characters when you skate.
Well, it's important to get into your character when you do your program, so we kind of make up little names and little themes for each of our programs just so we can get better into the feeling of the whole music.
I think if the skater believes in the story, then the people believe in it too.
Exactly. I mean, it makes it so much easier just to play that role and to become a different person every time you step on the ice.
That's cool. Now, every time you do skate, I mean, it's one of the most amazing things is how beautiful you guys are together. Are you getting taller? Even taller and taller? Nice talking to me, thanks.
Tracy, when things are on the line, Joanie Rochette always knows how to dig deep and get the job done.
And you could see her doing exactly that in the free skate here at Canadians.
And the living is easy.
The perfect combination of power and grace.
And the curtain is high. Your dad is rich, and your ma is good looking. So little baby, don't you one of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing, then you spread your little wings and take to the sky, take to the sky. But until that morning, there is no love can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by. Summertime, yes the time, I'm talking about summertime. And the living, summer living, and the living is so fine. The fish are jumping, and the curtain is high. Your dad is rich, he's rich. Your dad is filthy rich, and your mama, hot mama, your mama's so good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
The last time Canada hosted an Olympic Games, Elizabeth Manley stepped to the forefront and finished on the podium there. That was the last time a Canadian lady has been on the Olympic podium. I watch Joanie Rochette compete. I watch her perform, and I believe she's got a very solid chance to be on the podium here in this very ice surface in Vancouver.
There's no doubt Joanie Rochette has it all, the look, and can deliver the goods. She's going to the Worlds as the Canadian champion again. Kurt Browning is roaming around at Pacific Coliseum. Let's find out what he's got for us backstage.
Cody, Annabelle, you just finished the exhibitions. How did it feel out there? Because I know that this is a moment that, especially you were worried that would never come. And to finish your career without this chance to say the words, I'm a Canadian champion, would have been wrong, right?
I know it would have been such a hard thing. Maybe that's why I never quit. So many people tell me, oh, you haven't quit yet. No, I haven't. No, it's because I love it, but it's awesome to finally have won.
Vindication a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, right now we're still kind of walking on cloud 9, and that's kind of what it felt like skating out there today. We're just kind of floating around, but it feels unbelievable.
Well, that was my next question. How did it feel? That Thirsty already answered it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Parade of Champions from Vancouver will be right back on. The World Junior Champions in 2006, they are rocketing onto the international stage.
Tessa and Scott will skate to Dare You to Move.
Everyone's here, everyone's here, everybody's watching you now. Everybody waits for you now. What happens next? What happens next? Dare you?
Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir, and what a dramatic rise they've had up the world standings. In their first Senior Worlds last year, they finished an astonishing 6th place. They are among the top 4 best teams in the world in ice dance, and they could easily, they're within a hair away from the striking distance from the podium at this year's Worlds.
Let's check in now with the proud holder of BMO's backstage pass. Here's Kurt Browning.
Patrick, anything new this week?
I think I won a medal. I'm not too sure. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, another bronze, silver. Congratulations, gold medal.
Thanks,
fantastic. I just have one question for you. Does your mom know that you have her shirt?
Maybe. No, it's my shirt, actually.
See, I'm not going to let you get big-headed. I'm going to keep you humble. Congratulations. Thanks. I think the Canada is really, really proud of you. Go to Worlds, have a great time. But, you know, the exhibitions today.
I know.
They're going to say the words Canadian champion for the first time.
I know. First time in my life. It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, Kurt.
The Parade of Champions from Vancouver will be right back on CBC. Tracy Patrick has ignited the hopes of all Canadian figure skating fans.
Was a mesmerizing, flawless free skate that won Patrick the title. And for his exhibition program, he will skate to yesterday. And this is a tribute to his longtime coach, the late Mr. Osborne Colson. passed away July 2006 at the age of 90. Program choreographed by Laurie Nickel, a celebration of what Mr. Colson liked best about the sport of figure skating. Beautiful music, strong, bold edges.
Future is now for 17-year-old Patrick Chan, the new national champion. Let's go down backstage. Here's Kurt Browning.
I'm here with David and Jamie. Wow, congratulations. You won your 15th or 11th. You're not competing. It's the exhibitions at the Canadian Championships. To celebrate, you're going to skate your induction to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was such a great honor today to be inducted into the Hall of Fame along with many other great skaters.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Well, you guys all inspired us, and Jamie and I
wasn't finished talking.
Oh, there you go.
Just kidding.
I see a theme here.
Jamie and I always respected our past and being part of the Hall of Fame with all these great skaters that paved the way for us, inspired us, gave us a dream. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, and welcome to the commentating team too.
Oh, thank you.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's a busy one. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Way to go.
CBC's coverage of the gala exhibition from Pacific Coliseum will continue in a moment. World champions, Olympic champions, our broadcast partners, members of Canada's Figure Skating Hall of Fame, as you pointed out, and proud parents of Jessie, who is almost 4 months old. Jamie Soleil and David Peltier.
so much to be thankful for.
It just doesn't get any better than that, Scott. Perfect pair skating by Jamie and David.
Beloved Canadians and Olympic champions, Jamie Soleil and David Pelletier.
And what a fitting final performance to a wonderful week here in Vancouver.
The Parade of Champions from Vancouver will be right back on CBC Sports.